Hi everyone, Michael here again. Today I'm going to show you how to create a bauble in LaserPecker Design Space. Everything we do will be using material which is included, and this can be done with the LP2, LP4 and the LX1 series. Here I'm connected to my LP4. This shows my workspace, but you don't need to do this, and you can totally design without connecting to your laser. So let's start off. Normally I do my baubles approximately 80 millimeters in diameter, so let's do that. Middle in the center. I want another circle which will be on the inside. I can do this two ways. I can either go back to shapes and create another oval, or on the right hand side you can see under normal layers I've got oval, and at the bottom right I've got two, which looks like two bits of paper on top of each other, and that'll make a copy of what I've highlighted. So let's do it this way. You'll see I've got two. Now normally my baubles have half a centimeter either side on the edge, so let's make this 70 millimeters. It's now nicely in the middle, but I can highlight everything. To ensure it's in the middle, I can either do middle in device, or on the left I got align, and I can do align center. Now what I want to do is merge these. So merge on the far left and then subtract. So now you'll see I've only got the one layer on the right versus what I had before, which was two layers. So if I do undo, you'll see I've got two ovals there. Let's do redo, and I've just got the one there now. Now I want a bar in the middle. This will be for name and some engraving. So let's take off the ratio lock, which is the padlock in between width and depth. Now it's unlocked. Width will be just about the width of the inner circle, so that's 70 millimeters. So let's do 75 millimeters. And the height, let's do 20 millimeters. And again, let's center it right in the middle. I know that's going to work because everything is in the middle. If you want to make sure, just highlight everything again, do align, and then align center. Again, I want to merge these, and I think it's union this time. And there we go, we have a nice circle with a bar across the middle. What I want to do now also is create a little area for the string to go through, so you can hang this on your tree. So let's bring another oval. This is 1 centimeter. Let's make it 1.5 centimeters. And then let's bring in another oval. So I just made a copy there and create it to be 5 millimeters. You can make it a bit bigger if you want. Let's do 6 millimeters. Ensure that they are aligned together. So align center, then merge them, and it should be subtract. Now I've got this one circle with a hole in it. I can bring it to the top here, highlight these two. I want them to be aligned vertically in the center, and that should work. I mean, what I could do is bring this down a smidgen. There we go. Now highlight them both, then merge union, and there I've got my bauble with a hole that can attach to the tree. What I can now do is rename this. I believe, well, this certainly works in Android. I can't remember if it works in the other ones, but if it's not there yet, it will be coming. So I just clicked on the layer, held down, and now I can call this bauble, do confirm, and there I've named that layer bauble. So let's start decorating this. Well, in fact, why don't we show you, I'll first save this so that we have this and we can use this all the time. So Next to preview, I've got a little disk. Tap on that. I can name this, so let's call it Bauble template. Confirm. Now this will store it into your area. Now if I go back to the main area, under user and my creation, you will see what you've created and saved, and you can see the top left here you've got Bauble template. As you can see, you've got a little cloud there which is orange. This means it hasn't synced with the cloud yet. I don't think this is there with iOS yet, but with Android it's certainly there, and the desktop versions I believe it's there as well. However, all platforms will be getting it. Now if I tap on my template again, it will bring me back to the create view, and I can always do this forever, and I can create different versions by just pressing save and renaming it. So let's bring in I know that there is a snowflake here, which is I think under material G code. So where's G code? Now I can't use this directly as an SVG. I'll just show you. I'll try to highlight everything. What can I do? Merge, union. So as you can see, it creates there's some odd outline because it's I believe there are tool paths there which are hidden. So what I need to do is highlight it. I need to then rasterize it and then apply G code again. Now when I try to group it together, or sorry, merge it, it'll work properly. What I'll do here, I'll create 3 versions of this. Why? Because I just want 3 little snowflakes in my design. So let's have a look here. Let's zoom in, make it a bit smaller. Now what I want to do is ensure that I've got enough overlap with the inner circle so that there is sufficient strength when the laser cuts this. Well, after the laser. So here, as you can see, I've got at the top 3 areas which will intersect. At the bottom I've got 5. So now what I can do is highlight both of these, merge and union, and there you can see how it'll cut that. I'll bring in another. I'll put this top left as well now. Let's put that. Let's make it smaller, but let's have it hanging down. Let's zoom in. Let's in fact rotate it. Oops. Rotate it a bit. There we go. So that can be there hanging down. Select both, merge and union. It's quite good. Let's bring in a star. So shapes, star. Not a fantastic star, but I can make these areas inside go deeper by clicking on depth on the bottom left. So I think 65 should work. Yep, that should be fine. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's also have it attached. Let's rotate it so it's attached with 2 parts. There we go. Highlight, merge, union. And then maybe another snowflake. Yeah, let's do another snowflake on the bottom right here. Like that. Let's do it halfway. And let's union that. That looks quite a nice bauble. But let's bring in a character. So I know there's a deer in here as well. So material. And here it is. Now what I want to do is ensure that I've only got the outline. So tap on outline. I only want the outer part, so no inner part, so I'll turn off preserves internal contours. And now I can use the slider, and if you look carefully, you want to ensure that there's no gap between the legs and the body or the tail. So I've done that. Let's go down a bit. Yep, that should be fine. Confirm. I now have the outline. I can delete the main one. Let's make it smaller and zoom back in. Let's put them on the bottom left. Maybe a little larger so the legs are there. Do this like that. Then merge everything. So merge union. And there we have a bauble, pretty nicely decorated. And as you can see on the right, I've only just got the one layer with everything incorporated. Now let's say I just want to cut this like this. If I go to the carving layer, you can see that my bauble is on the line. There's a little knife to the left of the symbol. If I tap on that, you'll see below there's a cut layer. Tap on that. Now my bauble goes to that cut layer. And then when I go to process this, it'll ask me for parameters for that cut layer. Now let's add a few additional things. So let's say some engraved items. So I know under material there's the LaserPecker logo, so let's add that. And there's also a center, so LaserPecker logo. Let's make it smaller. I normally will do it a little smaller than the height of this bar, so I made it 16. Let's put it there. Let's bring in the center. And again, let's height 16. And bring this down and move it to the right. Let's move it a bit to the left. So here I'm using the move arrows, and there we go. That's a bit better. So now you can see these two bitmaps on the right. They're under the fill, so those will be engraved, and you can set a parameter for both of those. Well, you can set a parameter for the fill layer as it is like that. So both will have the same parameters. Now let's enter some text. Where are we? Text. So that was on the bottom left. Michael, in terms of full capitals, okay. And then let's space the wording a bit, i.e. the letters. So I did 1. Could do maybe a bit more, 1.5. Yeah, so nicely spaced a bit more. Let's make the style bold so it stands out. The width is 46. Let's make it 48. And let's align it in the center. So align center vertical. Looks pretty decent. And then let's make the text a bit taller. So let's go to the width and height. So what I'm going to do is remove the ratio lock and make the height 12. and then move this up a bit. There we go. So that's in the middle, center. And there we go. So on the right now, you'll also see the text, which is part of the fill. And this now I could send to engrave. Or some of you may want to actually cut out the name Michael. I'll show you how to do that. So let's highlight it. Now what I want to do is rasterize it and then move it into G-code. So rasterize, which is down here in the middle, next to middle device. And then tap on G-code and then confirm. So it's a bit close to the center, so I'm going to move it a bit to the left there. And there it's fine. So now you'll see the Michael is on the line layer. And so if I wanted, I could just score this. This will have its score, means just like engraving, but the laser will just follow the edges of the Michael. And I can set my own settings there. Or if I want to cut it with the same parameters as the cut, I can just tap on the padlock and then move to the, not the padlock, the little pen or cutter. So I'll do that. And as you can see, it's moved down to the cut layer. So from that perspective, Michael will also get cut out. Now, let me show you when I go to the next step. So once I've highlighted all of these, let's say I do the preview. Let's just do next. You can see here, so the resolution here is more for the engraving. So you can set that 1 to 2. I'm just going to send everything. So here it's sending all my files. So there are 4 files here, i.e. 4 layers. And now you'll see I've got fill and I've got cut. That's because up here I've got only items on the fill layer and items on the cut layer. So here I can choose for the fill, I'm going to use 450, and then for cutting on the LP4 I normally set to 30, approximately there. I know on my current wood I can do this in 2, but just to be sure I'm going to do this 3 passes. It's always better to be certain. If you can see once you've done one of them that it'll do it in 2, or it's not doing it in 3, you can change the number of passes. And then let's say, oh sorry, this was a fill layer, so normally my fill is 100 power and 5, I think, and then just 1. So this will do the engraving. The fill is the LaserPecker logo and the Santa. And then when I tap on cut, I want 100, 30, and I'll do 3. So this is for my plywood, which is 3mm, and this works for me. Your plywood may change, may have different parameters, and you need to test that. Very important to do so. On the LX1, I tend to do about 100 power for cutting, and I think it's 20, and I also do 2 passes. I know I can do it in 1 pass, but I prefer just 2 passes. And with the LP2, it's likewise, I do 100 power, 30 depth, and 7 passes. That works for me. Well, I hope that helps. And if any questions, please do ask in the LaserPecker user groups. So there's the LaserPecker 2 user group, there's the LaserPecker 4 user group, and the LX1 user group. And hopefully we can help you and guide you further on this. Thank you very much, and see you again very soon.